Krusty, we're doing a podcast. Huh? What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. I just said, "Oh, hey, podcast, it's me." What we talking about today?
Have you read this shit?
Read what?
Fucking Chainsaw Man, One Piece, or Juju?
Oh man,
Hell nah. Yeah. Yeah. Why did you not respond to any of that? I'm kind of worried about you being on Push to Talk. I don't know if you're responsive or not. Hello? See? Like, I wouldn't even know if you left. That's why I'd be worried about this Push to Talk thing. Okay, so now my co host is just gone. So I guess I'll just get started. Um, Alright, so anyway, Chainsaw Man. Yeah. Fucking, yeah, Asa's in trouble. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh god. What? Oh yeah. I seriously wasn't gonna actually start unless he was here, because now it just sounds retarded. I love that he know that I started, and he's still not here. I don't know where he went. I love how I also said that I was going to start, and he was completely fine and go, and then he left behind push to talk, and I wouldn't know. That's great.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, this ain't nigga. What you talking about? Nigga didn't even leave.
I'm like literally sitting here the whole time. I'm just like, where is he at? Why did he not respond to
Nigga,
anything?
I was responding. I was like, the push to talk thing was lighting up and all that. And that's why I was like, oh, okay, my shit's lighting up.
I,
It's coming through. But
I
I
didn't.
guess
I
like,
was looking at you. That shit was blank.
shit.
I don't even want to talk about this fucking stupid ass manga, man.
Which one we starting with?
Or I mean, I'm
So
looking at
chainsaw?
Chainsaw Man. Um, all right, well that's it for Chainsaw Man. So anyway, Juju. All right, so let's go.
What?
I
What
mean, I'm
happened?
just like I have nothing to say, and that I'm just waiting for your input. But you didn't say nothing either, so I guess you had nothing to say either. So let's.
I was waiting to pull up. I thought you were about to pull up the panels and stuff.
I had him on the stream. Or
I didn't see. That's what I was trying to see. I mean, so we going on JJ. All right.
yeah. I guess with Juju, I guess yeah, Gojo's back. Um, they did Jacob's ladder, or at least fucking Angel did Jacob's ladder on fucking the cube that he was sealed in, and it seemed like he almost like vanquished, or I guess he did vanquish, or like it fucked the cube up or made it disappear, or he like sink further into the bottom of the ocean. I kind of was kind of confused on.
Well, yeah, Kenjaku set up a multi-layer barrier that sent him to the subduction zone when they released it because they knew that they would release it eventually. So it just, yeah, it just a transport trap essentially. And yeah, Gojo's essentially back. I mean, he's gonna get out of the subduction zone, knowing him, and they've already kind of set up the fight. to be on the 24th. So now the forces are gonna gather on both sides, and JJK is looking good right now. A lot of shit's happening that's been impactful. I.e., Megumi's sister and all dying, and now Sukuna essentially having a permanent control. We'll see what happens. I mean, it may be a case where he does have to just kill Megumi because, yeah, he's pretty deep in there.
It's kind of crazy that he really want to give them a whole month to prepare. Like, you could literally squabble these niggas right now. It's honestly some big hubris. It's some hubris that, like, I can see, like, honestly, as dark as it's gotten at this point, and how dim and doomy this manga can be, and how niggas just get smoked left and right, and I honestly feel like this could be a thing where Gojo's hubris might just literally just fuck him over, and he could literally just lose. And I can actually
Well,
see that and being a thing
I
that
mean,
he
he needs
really.
to prepare himself, honestly, because he isn't prepared. So he just said, "Nah, fine." We both kind of need to prepare. I see. So they'll just keep it until the what you call because he could probably scrap with them right now, but I don't know. It might be too much loss in the process because I don't know how that shit's
It
gonna
seemed
go.
like it definitely seems like Geto is definitely nervous by the presence of or Kenjaku is very nervous of Gojo, almost as he already know that this person is very very capable. Like look at it, like I'm like
Well,
look at this
yeah,
nigga
as
Kenjaku
goofy as
sweating.
they always act, the Gojo's still the strongest nigga. No matter what, he's still the strongest. He killed Geto, so or no, he didn't kill Geto, but he could have killed Geto. But I don't know. I mean, hell, even Sukuna went up to him, and anybody who ever gets up to Sukuna, even close enough to touch him, gets sliced open. This, that, the fourth. They're usually dead. And this nigga just breaks out of the prison thing after, well, he gets released out of the prison thing. And first thing he can do, squash that nigga Kenjaku if he wanted to. Punch this bitch in the stomach.
Well, she was just
But,
nothing but a fucking pest anyway, or he or who, whatever. And that's
yeah,
pretty satisfying to see that annoying little shit get punched in the fucking stomach.
bro, that nigga's raw. She be going crazy.
This nigga Goju think he Goku from fucking Cell games.
Bro, he really did do it dirty like he just said it. The fucking,
He said, "You know
oh my,
what? I'll give y'all a month."
it's like, you swine.
And then he's gonna be like, you know what? And then actually, I want you to fight my protege Itadori. And he's the real one that can actually defeat you. Go ahead,
Yes.
Itadori.
I mean, honestly,
Beats.
I can see Itadori fighting Kenjaku more than Sukuna right now, but who knows?
Nah, I see him fighting Sukuna. He gonna
I
definitely be like, you know what? I'm gonna handle because it's gonna be a thing where it's like I handle my old, like problem nemesis or whatever associate, and you handle, the the fucking presence that's been hunting all of us, for the longest time. And
Nah, see JJK. I don't know. It might pull that the atypical anime manga where they do the thing where, all right, I'll handle the actual big threat, the super big bad, since I'm the big good, and you got to go handle up
you
on my
think
light work.
Sukuna's still the bigger bad over Kenjaku?
Oh yeah, for sure. Sukuna's a threat to all life in existence.
Oh no, this nigga Kenjaku different. He went toe to toe with all these.
Well, yeah, but he's
Well,
just a body snatcher nigga. He just got Geto body, and now he's a. I mean, he's also got his skills and everything he has, but he himself isn't as powerful. It's definitely not as powerful as these two titans.
I kind of always been under the impression that Kenjaku kind of over these niggas, or maybe he's just like
Yeah,
the mastermind. Maybe he's just smarter than everybody else. If that's
yeah, he
maybe
just
that's his thing.
orchestrating all this shit. Yeah, he's over most niggas. He's definitely over everybody else. It's not these two niggas. But yeah, I mean, shit. When it comes to these two titans, it has to be those two fighting each other. At least it's
I
gonna be
hate
one of those
this.
things where they fight. Yeah, that little.
Like, why is he looking like that?
Because he don't
What's going on
care.
right
They don't care, bro. He
there? And
just
this
came
and
out.
the
They
way
don't
he
care.
drew this is
The
crazy because
Simpsons
like
art. He honestly looks like one of those little background characters you put when like it's in a
he looked like
traumatic
a
scene.
he looked like a character from fucking from Dr. Seuss or something.
He
One or
looks
thing two.
like one of those Adult Swim characters from those weird shows. But like, nah, that nigga's what's it called? I forgot. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be the thing where he fights Sukuna, Itadori, and them somehow get a plan to fight Kenjaku, and Kenjaku being technically his father in some way or capacity, or mother rather. It might be some weird shit where Itadori gains some ability after beating Kenjaku or coming to some type of resolution. And just as that's happening, or some shit, Gojo either he's either fighting Sukuna and losing or some shit, or it's evenly matched and they switch out. But it might do some shit like where they fight Kenjaku first and somehow overcome that, either whether it be some emotional bullshit or actual fighting. Now, usually in JJK, it's always been actual fighting. So if they do get one over on the Kenjaku nigga, it's probably gonna be actual fighting. Or if they do fight Sukuna, then Itadori is probably just gonna get dunked on for like God knows how long. But it's never been just some some peaceful resolve. Well, at least for the not normal niggas. Like of course the normal niggas, like the judge guy, that was ours. But yeah, if anything, it might go down. I feel like it might go down that route. I'm curious to see where they go, but it's something. Right now, JJK is in a good spot. They've been kind of hitting, but now we're about to get back into one of those. I think we're probably gonna get into those training arcs or one of those lull arcs. They do a lot of time skips in JJK, so we honestly could just come back to the next chapter and they just be at the end. They've done that so many times that it almost feels.
Actually, it's probably possible that with the 10 Shadows technique, that nigga probably could squash Gojo. And actually, that's crazy because Gojo in the earlier chapters actually did say a 6-eye user and a person that was fully equipped with 10 Shadows technique killed each other in the past. That's kind of crazy foreshadowing.
Yeah, and his, Nagumi's family is one of those that are up there with, Gojo's family, so it's like, it's definitely not to scoff at. His shit wasn't to scoff at to begin with, and then Gojo always saw the potential in that nigga. That's why I even really fuck with that nigga. Because Gojo only really got talents. He just got talented people. He don't got no run-of-the-mill ass niggas running like under him. So them niggas really been scoping Megumi out for a while, but yeah, now he got snatched up, so I guess we'll see how that goes. JJK is in a good spot, though. I definitely said JJK is right.
Wait, so the prison realm has some sort of backdoor that was in Tengen's hands. Angel unsealed Gojo by destroying the backdoor prison. Gojo probably found Kenjaku using 6 eyes. You're probably reading really fast, so you just happens. So wait, Gojo immediately. Wait, did Gojo immediately leave and then go somewhere to see these niggas? Like, is this?
I'm pretty sure because Angel destroyed because they were saying how Kenjaku found out about the back door and he set a trap on the back door or something like that because she was gonna blow up the top on the prison seal itself. At least that's what I was pretty sure I read. Yeah, that he she blew up the top and that's why he left the trap under it on the back door. And then, that's what was supposed to have sent Gojo to the subjugation zone. But considering the crater he kind of ended up in, it's almost probably suffice to say either he took the blast with him or he just blew up the immediate area when he came out. Because that area around him looks unnaturally just blown away. It could just be something, a messed up facility too, but the area is just opened up.
Wait, because isn't it supposed to be it right here? Or no, that was an attack. I'm tripping.
That was an attack, yeah. When he just found him, it was just blown away. I was like, man, is this just he might have either found that nigga real fast.
Well, if he's in the subjugation zone, this is below 8,000 feet below the Japan trench, or like it's like below a sea. It's like they're below sea. So I wouldn't even imagine. So I wouldn't even imagine there would be structures here. So this probably always look like this.
It must be like I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even think there would be like this is completely fictional. Like there wouldn't be structures 8,000 feet below the fucking the Japan trench.
Yeah, he could have probably.
So that's why I'm like this. Like maybe he blew it up, but I think this probably always looked like this. If we're suggesting that this is below sea.
I mean, it does have a weird area about it though, where it's like it looks old.
See, this is what's confused me is if the back of the prison realm is exposed to Angela curse technique, Satoru's wife from existence. Was that supposed to be a proclamation
No, that was
that
just
was
them. That was I think
what
that was
they
Angel.
theorizing?
Yeah, Angel was trying to cover her ass like, huh? Yeah, that couldn't have been me. Or yeah, that was the theory. That what might have
Or
been
at least
happening.
maybe Gojo is some evil spirit.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe he got vanquished because that nigga evil. It's not my fault, nigga. But then, yeah, they felt the earthquake because, see, that's the thing. When they felt that earthquake and then the open area, that's how it made me feel like, oh, okay, did he just like blow a hole in that bitch? But then it's like, I don't know, because then the area looks too dilapidated for Kenjaku to have just made it. So then it's like, I mean, I guess a number of things honestly could happen between the panel switches. But I
Yeah, so
wonder.
that's why I'm just like, I don't know.
I wonder because it looks. I could maybe. I mean, if it was below the trench, they might have built something in place like that.
Maybe because he
But
said a
that's far.
prison realm below.
I mean, yeah. Then look at the sky. It's like it's just some.
Like realm under there.
He might have just cut off some piece of the world. Honestly, that's probably what it is. He just
Yeah.
cut off a piece of the world and then just put it there. Yeah, that's probably just yeah. Yeah, this power clash, and everything having the big dick and energy, everything going on right now is it's crazy. I was feeling it. Literally,
I just love that he really just squashed this thing. Like, what is this punch?
that's the me punch, nigga. That's just he can punch, and then Sukuna just poop hop out the way. Nigga just literally hop to the side.
They just don't care.
Bro, he like if that bitch died of that, well, she was too weak, I guess. Thanks for the rest of my plans, though.
Hmm.
I
We can spin back to Chainsaw Man, I guess. I just don't
I
really
mean,
have much to say. We're getting to a part where it's interesting, but we've been teasing kind of to the interesting part because in real Chainsaw Man fashion, every time there's like some kind of impactful moment that Denji could have, he fucks it up by being Denji.
but hey, that's definitely
That's
an
his thing.
impressionable
I
thing.
understand, but that makes storytelling really painful.
That's kind of at first I was like, I kind of was like, yeah, I hope he says something, uplifting. But then he said that, and I was like, yeah, no,
It's just like it's so gaggy that it's just like, oh my
it's
god.
optimal, bro. It's optimal. Hey, man. The craziest thing is maybe it's just not even a joke. That's just it's not the joke.
No, it isn't a joke. That's the joke.
But it's not a joke. So then the joke's not the
It's
joke.
the joke is Dingy's character, which means him saying this, yes, is not a joke, but you're supposed to laugh at how ridiculous he is.
Hey, man, what if Fujimoto actually intended for you to take this fully seriously?
Well, considering that it's juxtaposed with Asa literally going ew as the last thing you see for the next week or so, I can
Now
tell you
look,
that this was a joke.
look, man. Honestly, I could peep this. Nah, yeah, yeah. And right now, it's in a
Like, we
fashion
don't
Chainsaw
know
Man.
if Asa is saved or not. That's why I'm saying Asa is in danger. She's been in danger for the past 5 chapters. Her status hasn't changed. That's all we can tell you. Like, what?
But we're getting some. We got
It's
a little more
getting
in
there.
depth. We got some comment or not commentary. We got a little bit more look into Denji's character before he said the thing about wanting to just but like I mean we already knew that about him that he's kind of that kind of guy, but it seems like he has grown an attachment to Asa in the sense that I mean he always wants to save just girls in general, but he definitely has more.
Actually, if they build up to a point where they actually romantically like do something like that, this is like the most crazy thing because she is literally set out to kill you.
Yeah,
And you just don't. It's just crazy that they keep like.
this is the shipping. Yeah, this is really a shipping chapter. If anything, it's just like, hey, let's give you a
Nigga, it's
Denji.
they been shipping these niggas
But they hadn't shipped them
super hard.
since they like split them up though. because when they split them up, it was like, ah, come
No,
on.
Dingy was still thinking about her and making comments. Like he was making comments when he was fighting her, that chef bitch.
Yeah, but they, you know, when they like in shows where like you get the hinklings that they be thinking about each other, but then you're like, bro, I just wish they get together already. Meet.
It's like I
Then
want
they
to
just,
have sex.
I want to have sex. Ew. Her face.
Well, actually, no. He said sex. I want to have
Sex.
sex.
I want to have sex.
No, actually, that makes it even dumber that he said it in that way. Like, why did he say that?
Well, you know, it's funny with his Chainsaw Man voice, probably too. It just sounds even dumber. Bro, that's such a great scene. Nah, this is a legendary chapter.
And she's just like,
Yeah. Her face, she's just like she's waiting for the most endearing comment to calm her down and bring her back down to earth.
At the very least, Asu is now disgusted instead of scared. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I wonder if that changes anything or if she'll just keep flying.
They just both just keep flying. They just float away.
Oh, hey, Justin.
I was like, okay, life sucks, but counterpoint: dogs, cats, ice cream, sex.
Don't talk about cats. It makes me sad. Is that Charlie Brown?
Well, yeah, her cat did actually get submerged in the ocean.
No, not drown. I said Charlie Brown.
No, I was just saying her cat did get drowned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's on like this was a nice little chapter to see them kind of get to. I mean, we're gonna see them get to another point, hopefully, in the next chapter, or it might just be cut off with the fact that she still doesn't find out he's Chainsaw Man and all that, which understandable. He could honestly drag it on a little longer. Her discovering his identity. It might be one of the biggest cock teasers that
I'm saying I think that's about to come to a conclusion after we get finished with whatever the fuck's going on right now.
Like he's
or at
just
least
gonna
we're
let
getting
it
closer to it.
Maybe. I mean, Chainsaw Man did move sporadically before. What chapter is this? 127?
Because honestly, they might just redo this cycle over and over and over again. Like, they're probably going to engage with, like, 2 other devils before he actually find out where this thing is. I could see Fujimoto doing some annoying shit like that.
It is very possible. So that's I'm just like, man, he could, honestly, with how anime and manga and all that do, he could afford to do that and not be a dick. Because I'd be right in line, I guess. Now, I'd be kind of a dick, though. Maybe a little bit of a dick. A little dick, probably. But yeah, nah. Honestly, maybe I kind of hope he does it sooner than later and then writes based off that. I kind of hope he writes based more off the after that she finds out than the before. Because that's always what kills me in a lot of shows. Is just the constant, that's just the candy of those shows is like, or manga is that, oh, yeah, will they, won't they? It's always the will they, won't they, but how do they,
Our nigga,
what happens
our
when
nigga
they...
fucking Dingy is now a therapist, my nigga. A certified
the worst one.
psychologist or psychiatrist.
He is not certified.
That nigga is solidified, bro.
He is not solidified.
This is like the 4th time he's given somebody else advice, and it's literally like in his own goofy way, man. I don't know if he fucked it though. He definitely landed, but he's just a bonehead.
He did fuck it. But I mean, all in all, yeah, his point is still a good therapy point. That life sucks, but like, still gotta have shit to look forward to.
And it kind of is just crazy that this is just like a slap in the face reminder. Like, this is what the main motivation of the series was about anyway, though. That's what's funny.
Sex, yeah.
Because we kind of did forget. All this other crazy shit has happened so far in this series that we literally did forget that this is what this nigga is on here for. I love that he's wearing his normal clothes. Like, what the fuck is going on? Isn't he usually not in clothes? Or
no,
I guess he's usually
uniform.
He usually wear like the uniform, yeah.
or not the public officer uniform, but now he
Yeah, I
wears
guess I got used to that. I forgot. Like, it's kind of weird seeing him in his coat in Chainsaw
yeah.
Man mode.
Now he's just the regular. We still have no idea what's happening with that whole other Chainsaw Man thing. We don't have any context for anything. This is all just happening in this moment. So yeah, it is truly Asa is just in danger.
Trying to think if
But I
there was
mean,
anything else.
yeah, that was just a cool chapter. We'll see what happens. You know how you doing. But like, I guess it's kind of cool, I don't know, in a way, because it's like Denji has stayed very, very consistent. But no, he stayed very consistent in the fact of what his goals are and what he does his things for and what his dreams are. And that's almost admirably consistent writing.
Wait, so back to Juju though, right?
Hmm.
So this nigga Tengen and Kenjaku are like completely fused, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that mean like the world should just start unraveling since there's no more barriers protecting the world from cursed spirits?
I mean, yeah, but that's kind of in motion, right? It's not happening right now. And then, Gojo showed up, and that's probably what's going to be the premise of what's happening next. It's going to be the end of the world arc or some shit. Well, it already is the end of the world arc, really. I
Didn't
mean,
they
honestly,
already like released a bunch of cursed spirit onto the world before like they even
nah, they
absorbed
just,
Tengen anyway?
nah, it's just been the domes and everything in Japan. So right now, Japan's really just the sole, fucked. But they did lure in a bunch of different foreign people and have them killed by cursed spirits. But now, yeah, I guess at this point, he probably is just gonna fuck the world. But I mean, it's I guess they just suspense and all. And it always seems like every time Kenjaku's plans, like you think he should be doing one thing, it turns out he's been doing that same thing the whole time. And the thing you saw him doing was never really a thing to be done anyway. Like the whole culling game is just like.
By the way, I don't know, man. This is definitely a big ass death flag. A nigga looking at you in your soul and telling you, I will win. That nigga about to die.
That is true.
That is a big ass death flag.
Usually when it's the strongest nigga, that's always the case. Like always when the strongest nigga tells you they gonna win and they going up against the most crazy odds, even being the strongest nigga.
Honestly, yeah, you're more guaranteed that that the strongest nigga gonna win when he's aloof.
Yeah, when he just don't care. Like if he's not like determined to go do then nah. Yeah, he's
when they look at you in the eye and they tell you I will win, they probably about to lose.
Now that'd be the craziest thing because Gojo is Gojo, and they have gotten rid of their strongest character for like eons, chapter wise. For him, it's only been 19 days. Funny enough, that's why I was like, bro, what? It feels like it's been crazy eons since we see this nigga. But I guess that's manga time to, But I mean, hey, shit, man. I don't know. He's Gojo, and that nigga is literally damn near the undeaf. Like they only got rid of him because they couldn't kill him at that time. I mean, now they have Sukuna and the 10 shadow, things, but it is still. I mean, they might kill each other. They might kill each other.
Like that's why I'm saying that foreshadowing is kind of crazy because that might actually what happened. The Infinity versus the 10 Shadows technique is just going to be another case of, and then in that case, it'll be foreshadowing in a death flag because then it'll just be like exactly what I said happened. I did win. We did get rid of Sukuna, which apparently is a bigger threat than.
Yeah, he probably gets two greatest and then saves Megumi or some shit, or he just died.
So it's like Sukuna, like pretty much the muscle of the group at this point. Then, like that nigga is the if they actually need something that needs to squash her, they. Or I guess they all are pretty capable because I guess
he's just the aloof dominating force. Yeah, he just does whatever he wants anyway. But whatever he wants happens to align with Kenjaku.
Yeah, because honestly, he could just literally just be like fuck Kenjaku, which typically he probably would, right?
I think that's honestly what he's just been doing for the most part, and then
Like
It's like,
Kenjaku definitely wanted him to do more other things, or like if he had his way completely, then Kunu would probably be in better positions. But
maybe not though. Kenjaku's he's a very tempered, not tempered. He's a very patient planner. So honestly, this could all just be well according to planner. Better than plan could go, because honestly, he could. I think he might have been planning to not even really be
if
able
I
to have.
mean, if your goal is as loose as destroying the world, I mean, things can just as long as you just keep going around and fucking with things.
Yeah, he just fuck
It
things
will
up.
just kind of just lead to just things getting fucked up, bro. Destroying the planet might literally easily be one of the easiest goals you can have as a villain.
Well, I don't know, because then a lot of villains don't, I mean, because then you have to fight everybody in the world, and then
Literally, just commit to just constantly fucking things up every day. You
But that's
get
the
to,
problem, because then they'd be fucking shit
because
up,
that's
and
the
then
thing about villains is about those villains is every time, every day, regardless if they destroy the planet or not, if they cause chaos, that's just a dub for them because it all leads to the overall degradation of the planet.
shit, that depends. Them niggas you be so busy destroying shit, niggas are just like, unless you destroy that bitch instantly, that shit gonna be it's gonna be one of the. It always has to
Anyway,
be.
we on this One Piece now.
One Piece. That fucking
Just
Sakuna. I mean, that Itadori, what you call it?
Itadori. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
like that.
he's human
I
now,
don't like
or
that at
deep.
all.
Well,
Actually,
not Sakuna. That's so ugly.
I
Everybody's
don't like
cats. Is
Asta
it the
either.
cat? That's the
It's like
ugly
some
ass.
kind of Nico shit. Actually, everybody's just
Is that
disturbing.
Mashal? That's the guy from Mashal. And then is that Sakamoto Days?
Yeah, the Sakuma. That's what I looked at first. I was like, ugh. And then I looked
Or
at
there's
fucking
there's
this
the nigga from
nigga.
Undead Unluck, and then there's the nigga from Mishinya Zakura,
I
with
haven't
the
seen
red
those.
hair. That shit's funny. Or
Yeah, I don't
everybody's
like
here.
that.
Everybody's here.
I definitely don't like Deck. Deck could actually just look like he's pasted on. The only
Yeah,
person that look natural is kind of funny.
I mean the art's kind of like.
Luffy doesn't look out of place in comparison to everybody else.
Yeah, I think Deku and Itadori just look the most
Bro,
weird.
they look strange. What is happening?
Like they just shouldn't be there.
Oh, and this guy, which isn't he from
Dude
what
from
is
Mashal.
he? Yeah,
Yeah, magic and muscle. Bro, this picture of Robin and Luffy sitting on that's just the craziest picture for that they could Oda just have there. Or
oh
these
yeah.
site to have there. Like this should be crazy.
I like this spread. Everybody just
Yeah.
laid up.
That boy got his leg up on Jinbei neck.
Jinbei's is like, oh.
That's the captain. Oh yeah, that's the captain.
Yep, and here we go. Garp is a monster as we all know. Like that nigga was like, I really lost my touch. Like, what do you want to do? Destroy the entire planet? Like
Bro, at least
what set amount of destruction were you planning on causing?
at least like, 5 blocks. That was like 1 block at least. Hey, no. This nigga
No, that
Garp,
nigga is definitely an island
One
buster.
Piece
That
making
nigga
moves.
destroyed the whole.
One Piece is
Well, I guess
making
not
moves.
destroy the whole island. He did
Wait a
blow
minute.
kind of like
That's like 10
area.
blocks.
Yeah, that's
like
a lot. He did a
15
lot.
blocks. But like,
I mean, the last chapter made it seem like he damn near destroyed the whole island. Like what?
it looked like he destroyed the immediate area in front of him, kind of. But I guess that's subject to how much of the area he's willing to blast. The immediate could be very far. But yeah, One Piece is actually at a good place. Oda's actually doing shit right now. Wano was boring. Getting a little stale if you just didn't do anything with the whole murder mystery shit. So now he's just taking a whole touch over to this side of things. The Blackbeard side. The B side, bro. This is literally the B side. We've been waiting for B side story content. And then
And
this bitch gets
TG,
frozen.
bro, this nigga was crazy, bro. I thought she like got shot and like evaporated or something, but no, that nigga froze. It
Yeah,
looks weird like in this spread because it doesn't look like it looked like she got turned into a ghost,
like
but
in the
it got a
like
pair
the
right here.
white the smoke or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, he did that so swift. I was like, bro, y'all didn't see that. I mean, he is Aokiji though, and
yeah.
then
She was
like,
just back here. Vice Admiral Cody somebody ain't safe yet if he keeps running
but
with
Garp
that, and
saw
then
it.
just froze.
Yeah, Garp saw it coming, but he couldn't do nothing, I guess. And then the thing with Aokiji doing that is, bro, you're basically dead unless that nigga brings you back, or you can somehow get unfrozen without damaging yourself because too hot, and I think you'll just fuck yourself up or something.
You know, the crazy thing is, we did suspect that Kuzan would actually be a traitor, but honestly, I think Kuzan actually does love his position in Blackbeard's rank, which was not what I was expecting.
You
It
know,
almost kind of seemed like a thing that he begrudgingly done, but now that looking back at their origin, nah, he actually does kind of fuck with Blackbeard and Teach fuck with him. It's kind of crazy.
it's like the way it's kind of weird. It's kind of a knife at each other's throat kind of deal. And honestly, or at
It
least that's
seemed
what it
like they
kind of.
got severe like amounts of respect for each other.
Well, yeah, because you know the power scaling. That's all they really know. Is this the power of the power of niggas is just the level of respect, but not also unbecoming of what you're willing to do to said niggas. Teach is just smart,
But
so he would.
I feel like Kuzan and Blackbeard actually see eye to eye because it's almost like Kuzan wanted to go with somebody that actually opposed the government, and then he hates pirates, and fucking Blackbeard is actively the only pirate crew that actively doesn't fuck with the government. He can't. It's not like he was gonna go join the Revolutionary Army or the Straw Hats.
Well,
So it's like,
honestly, that's the craziest thing. He could have, because they actively don't fuck with the government, like the
who,
revolutionary.
Straw Hats or the Revolutionary Army? I don't think he
Revolutionary.
wanted to be in the. I just don't see him actually wanting to be with that. Like I feel like Blackbeard and them
But
coming
then,
together made the most sense.
like Blackbeard's worse than the revolutionary army, though. He's like
No, I'm
crack.
morally yes, but I feel like there's kind of like an alignment, kind of
Yeah,
like that's a little
kinship.
bit better than I think Kuzan would have just looked at the Revolutionary Army as another world government.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that. That's a weird one though, because then it's like Blackbeard
Because and
himself
then
is just
also
very.
another food for thought. He also actively do want to know about the poneglyphs and the One Piece and the Revolutionary Army. He could have joined, but I don't think the Revolutionary Army gives a fuck about reaching the One Piece or knowing the truth of poneglyph or anything. And he seems to also have an interest in that. He wants to find out the mystery behind it. So Blackbeard also is somebody that is very hoardy when it comes to information about the poneglyph and the devil fruits and One Piece, and he actively is in the race against Luffy. It kind of just makes it just seemed like it made sense when I really think about it. This chapter kind of made me realize that it does kind of line up because y'all both hate the government. He hates pirates, but you're kind of the better of the both world because we both share a goal at the end of the day. And I think Blackbeard, and like you said, Blackbeard is smart, so I feel like Blackbeard was fully aware of all of that. That's why he approached Kuzan in the first place, because he knew he would be able to. He would want to be, willing to join the crew and ride out. And that's why when niggas was like, let's get on this nigga. Like there was a chapter where his man was like, but Blackbeard was kind of just like, nah, yeah. See,
I
my
mean,
pals
yeah,
was beating it. I was planning on doing that. Like he knew
because
because he was like, bro, he know that you align with me, bro.
he's definitely just smart enough to try to win over anybody he can. Because I think he tried to just win over like Ace at some point. So he's just kind of he's always been that kind of schemer where he'll try to win over just anybody if he thinks that he can. So it's I don't know. I kind of see that though. I kind of see the connections because yeah, I mean Kuzan's definitely been literally burned by the government in a sense, and also lost what he kind of wanted to do from actually helping. But I mean yeah, I mean, because he does have an interest in the poneglyphs too because of course they burned down a whole island and blew that bitch to
Yeah,
smithereens of
he
knowledge.
seems pretty interested in like
Or at
learning the
least he
truth
seems
behind the world
remorseful
government
enough
and the
to
poneglyph.
try to
Because
see
he
what they
knows
might.
that there is a connection between the royal government and the poneglyph, and he wants to know the truth behind it.
But honestly, with Kuzan, I'm still just I don't know. With Oda and Kuzan in this final arc of One Piece, seems like or final couple of arcs of One Piece.
Because I thought he
And
could be a
no,
member of Sword, but it just doesn't seem like it. It seemed like
I
he's
mean,
completely defected.
I don't know. Some niggas have definitely done deeper cover. I believe I've probably seen niggas, or like in a couple of anime, some niggas just in that deep cover. So this could be just a Gin situation for fucking, you know, Bleach. Like that nigga's in the deepest of cover, because Gin was out there killing his own niggas and doing the craziest heinous shit, or even like Hawks did. And that seems to just be a reoccurring thing these days for niggas to pull out their hat. With Kuzan, he's definitely that character where I could see it going either way. Now, right now, man, I don't know, because I definitely have to see more of him to see where it goes. But I honestly just feel like I'm seeing more of he's in the middle. He's morally in the middle for me right now, because he did Freezer, but then he also got bopped by Garp, which was, I guess, an inevitability. He's Garp, but I wonder where Kuzan's thing is gonna lead
Bro,
him.
that nigga, fuck, nigga. Nah, that nigga is not undercover. Look at how he did this nigga.
Bro, sword niggas
He
though.
grabbed him by the face and smashed that nigga, bro.
But see, that's apprentice though. See, that's the thing.
That
That
was
nigga
his
been
number
training
one
under Garp.
protege, but
Yeah,
it's his,
but he
but
used to
Kobe
that.
is his new
He used to
favorite.
get.
I think Kuzan. I don't know. I would say I can accept the idea of him still being a sword member. I can see that it being a possible reality, but I something about
Is
this
there?
chapter is telling me that he is very, very official in Blackbeard's crew.
And I can see that because honestly, they made a big grand statement with it, like the whole deal of you know, make it. Honestly, funny enough, this whole time period thing going on right here is just throwing me off too, because like him showing the law thing happening. I was wondering, I was like, is that before or is this after the thing? I'm like, okay, but that has to be before, because yeah, we saw Law doing this before. We saw Kuzan da. But at this point, he's bouncing back and forth between times. It's just, I don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's like,
because Blackbeard is present at that island, right?
yeah, but that also is.
But at the same time, because Kuzan and Blackbeard was at a place, and I think people have said that with the Yami Yami and whatever, he can pretty much go anywhere, wherever he wants.
And these are the thing is with these panels.
Like
That some of
he
them,
barely has portals. The Yami Yami could just he could just show up anywhere. At least that's what I've read in the Reddit. I'm not fully sure.
maybe because I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen him do it like portal anywhere or anything. I know he can, of course, absorb shit, but I don't know if I've seen him particularly like go anywhere. And then everywhere he would always just be on a
Because
ship.
I think they pointed out this ain't the first time he's was one location and somehow was somewhere else, like in an incredible amount of time or short amount of time.
I mean, honestly, we never really see Blackbeard in between most of the times this shit happens. So it's like the way Oda bounces around these panels, it could
And
just be a bunch.
the way this is set up just kind of seemed like this kind of happened simultaneously, but because even with the end at the end of this battle, them niggas kind of just vanished.
Yeah, they just sunk under what you call it, and you also don't just see Blackbeard's. I mean, yeah, it's right now. It's up to a lot. We don't even know if Law has his fruit yet, too. That's also up in the
Yeah,
air.
I'm pretty sure he still does have it. Like maybe you were
He's
right
not.
in the sense that
So
he
yeah,
was going to get it, but it definitely seemed like he's like on death's door for the most
yeah.
part.
He was definitely about to get that nigga, but he definitely probably wouldn't kill niggas because he's a collector. So
Also,
he
Man Marked by Flames is a new character, so we can stop theorizing it being Luffy or whatever the fuck you niggas is thinking about. Man
what for
Marked by
being like.
Flames, because people thought Man Marked by Flames was, some people thought it was Luffy. Some people had an idea that it was somebody else, maybe Ace or something like that. But I think in this chapter it did get confirmed that Man Marked by Flames is just an entirely new character. He's somebody else.
Honestly, it could be some old shit that we just haven't seen in a while. But yeah, shit, man. I wonder who
Because I
that could
did
even
hear
be.
about Man Marked by Flames for a while. I thought it was Luffy. I actually was kind of just in the boat that it was Luffy, to be honest. Because of his
Well,
scar that he got from Akainu.
yeah. But then it's like at this point, there's so many niggas who got like burn marks or some shit at one point or another. And I'm like, or it could all be metaphorical too. That's the funny part. It could just be some
Now,
metaphorical shit.
apparently, there was a theory about the Rumble Balls that's connected to the fact that he went too long.
Yeah, Chopper gave him a rumble ball that he was producing that apparently can make him go so long. Actually,
Just making go too long without a full moon.
without a moon, bro. I mean, who knows what it'll do to that nigga afterwards? So maybe Beppo will die. Maybe Beppo will just, I don't know, some other
Maybe
shit.
Beppo is just actually always gonna just be this big ass bear now.
Nah, he turned back at the end.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, when he jumped in the water, he turned back.
I can see that he's back to his cute face, but it looked like he's still got a big ass body.
Yeah, he's always a big man. I guess he could kind of make it bigger in some
Yeah, that
some
nigga
weird
Law
angles.
possibly could die, but I don't think so. Though.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, they dove under.
But the Heart Pirates, I think Law and Beppo's I bet Beppo is just gonna join Luffy's crew and just help them win the race to One Piece. Because I don't think Luffy. I mean, I don't think Law was as passionate about having a crew and doing that whole thing anyway. He was only kind of like together because he wanted to defeat Doflamingo.
Well, no, he actually cared for his crew. He definitely wants to save them, but you know.
Well, not like that. I mean, like, he's not aligned like Luffy, where it's like Yonko and it goes to Laugh Tail. Like he cares for his crew, and that's why he's still together with them. But I don't think he had to drive kind of like Kid and Luffy.
He does. He just
Like I think his main passionate thing was just kind of just defeating Doflamingo.
Because I think he wants. I think it's just he wants to be a doctor for some grand pirate or some shit. But at the same time, he had to defeat Doflamingo before he could go do that. But yeah, I think his new goal was just the One Piece and all that other shit. But yeah, didn't really get much chance to do that. But I mean, he might just go back and save his crew.
It just didn't seem like he was as passionate about it as Luffy or like.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of, I guess, the unspoken, we all know everybody wants the One Piece, so they just like, you a pirate? How high your bounty? All right, bet, nigga. You one of the ops. I bet you gonna be on my way to see the One Piece.
I don't think Law looks at Luffy as his op. And I don't think Luffy look at him as his op either. I just think
not until they need to be ops. If they don't need to be ops,
I think Luffy think his ops is exactly the people that's actually in the running. Like I don't think I don't feel like he think Kid or Law was a threat to him getting the One Piece at all.
He did definitely consider them rivals in the sense, and they did also have the, they kind of had a little more know-how than them, so they kind of was ahead of them in that fact. But he is just too stupid to. He just goes at his own pace anyway.
Like I just think Luffy's just like whatever. It's gonna be me in the end anyway.
Honestly,
and that was kind of like the thing is like Garp kind of like hinted towards that because when he said only weaklings lose their way, it kind of just feel like it's almost like if Garp saw Luffy, he wouldn't even really oppose him, being a pirate. Maybe on some level because he's a marine, but I think at this point, I think he kind of respects that Luffy just never lost his way. He knew exactly what he wanted to do from the very beginning, and that's exactly what he set out to do.
Well, I mean, that could be more of a personal thing towards Kuzan too, just off the strength of the kinship they share from teacher student, and he feels like he feels like he thought
and he lost his way.
Yeah,
but I was saying, I feel like it connect. I feel like wouldn't he also be proud that Luffy never lost his way either?
I mean, he'll always love Luffy and everything, but pirates is pirates. So he's never really shown too much approval for the fact that he is a pirate, and that he'll let him. He'll kind of fuck with him, kind of almost even get him down or whatever. I mean, honestly, granted, Luffy couldn't escape by his own ability or by his crew's help. He would be locked up by now. So Garp would take that nigga in.
I mean, so would Kobe. But Kobe respects Luffy. That doesn't take away the fact that
they don't. It's just like I don't think I don't know.
He respected Roger and he locked him up.
Oh yeah, he respected Roger's strength, but I don't think he respected him staying with his way as a pirate. Like I think this was more marine based, just because the marine kind of deal.
I think that's just his mentality. I just think that's his mentality overall.
if Luffy switched over from being a pirate, I don't think he'd complain at all, or even think less of them. He'd probably think more of them, if anything. Unless he just became like a dog or some shit. Then that would be the problem. If Luffy just became somebody who just was wasting his potential. So it's a mixed bag when it comes to Luffy.
I feel like that kind of is kind of like almost kind of like a big up towards towards just anybody that didn't lose their way. Like he literally feels like only weaklings lose their way. Nigga, if you was set out to do one thing and then you switch up, it's just like I don't know. I feel like you weak. Like I don't think he think Luffy is weak ass nigga. I think he think Luffy raw as hell, just like he thought Roger was raw as hell. But at the end of the day, if it came down to that's all I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm just like I don't know. It's for this one for the comment wise.
I'm not saying that nigga wouldn't do his job as a Marine if he saw any of those niggas. Of course he would, just like Kobe would.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know because when it comes to like being a pirate, I don't think he could even respect that fact even under that pretense. It's just like
he doesn't respect that he's a pirate.
Yeah, he just could. He could just respect his that. But then it'd be just mixed with feelings of, but you're a pirate though.
I'm proud. I haven't even really heard this nigga talk about like. I think the last time I heard him speak on Luffy, it didn't have nothing to do with him being a pirate at all.
Shit. I don't remember the last time Garp even really.
When
it was probably when they were just talking about him. Because Marineford? No. It was. I think he talked about him.
No. It was some after that. Yeah, too. Yeah, and it wasn't. I don't think like I don't really hear him speak that negatively about Luffy. Obviously, he's not excited about him being a pirate.
Oh yeah, he don't shit on him for it, but he's also not like. It's a mixed bag. He don't hate him for it, but at the same time, he's like, man, I don't know. I'm not exactly proud of you for being a war.
That nigga fucking Akiji one shot at the entire Blackbeard crew and like twice in a single chapter too. That's a fucking crazy thing.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely wasn't fighting the spot for no reason. I'll tell you that much. But it looks like the niggas he froze weren't really the. I don't know. I
think pretty much almost the entirety of his crew.
Because he kind of froze the giant and a bunch of them niggas in the back. But the giant is one of the big niggas, so no. Yeah, he just.
Yeah, it's pretty much everybody except for Blackbeard.
Oh yeah, because he just refroze them niggas right there. Yeah.
Like he froze them in the past and then came for the field and he refroze them again.
I think Aokiji is that nigga.
Bro, Aokiji's fucking double fruit is fucking crazy.
It's just, man. I don't know, man. We gotta see where these niggas take it. I need to see where Oda take this shit, bro. Come on, bro. Because there's a lot of mystery going on. A lot of heavy things happening. That's cool, but I guess we just taking this chapter by chapter. I'm excited for One Piece now, so at least that's one thing, I can say I'm excited.
Wait, who's the... Hold on. What the fuck is going on with my computer? Not it. They think fucking the Masked Deuce might be the man of the flames. Man marked by the flame. Masked Deuce.
Who the fuck is that? That honestly doesn't ring any bell. Them niggas just be talking. Them Reddit niggas be talking. They be knowing shit.
Because the man marked by flames is the person that have the last road poneglyph, so that's why he's important. Because he's the one that with the last road poneglyph. So some people might think that it might be Ace, vice captain, Masked Deuce, because I think what
Masked Deuce.
Because Deuce never revealed his name in the Ace Light novels, right? He went by a pseudonym, right? And some people say that maybe Marked by Flames is how Deuce go by because it's a reference to Ace marking his life.
I mean, yeah, that's also very potential. I was saying earlier, yeah, it could be metaphorical as opposed to, you know, a physical
Something
burn or
actually
anything like that.
physical.
And that'd be a
Yeah.
very amazing turnaround for Ace, the son of Roger, to be such a pinnacle, like a pivotal, like a connection in the whole finding the One Piece deal. Like, there's a nigga connected to that nigga who was also the son of the king of the pirates. Like, that should be kind of crazy. It also, I don't know, it depends how he executes it. Lately, he's been doing things okay, but it could always go sour in a stupid way. But I'd like to see something of crazy. That'd be crazy if it's nasty. That's amazing. That's amazing. But honestly, I don't know because we never really knew how far along Ace was, and he never really gave any credence to how that was going.
Maybe Chopper's devil fruit is called the human fruit model mink.
Modeling.
So he can act. So what? So Chopper can go Sumo too.
I mean,
Maybe
maybe
that's
that's
why he has so
essentially
much
what
research information.
Monster is.
Maybe if he takes his new Rumble Ball, he could just go Sulong. He could just give anybody can go Sulong. That's a man. I don't know. That would be
I
kind
mean,
of crazy. Muster Point Sulong.
I think it was, but I'm pretty sure he was born amongst
Only
the
Minks
regular.
can go Sulong, but like maybe that was some weird way he just shoehorned. Like, oh yeah, Chopper's actually a mink. It's like what?
That'd be interesting because I'm pretty sure Chopper might have been. I can't remember his origins. If he was born a regular reindeer and ate the fruit or whatever. I mean, that was always
I
back
think he
in the
was a
development.
regular reindeer and then he ate the fruit.
Because then, yeah, it's like with Zoans, could that make you a mink? Because Yamato,
Which doesn't
uh,
even make any sense. Like, okay, so wait, he ate the human fruit, and he was a deer, so that turned him into a humanoid deer. Is what it's supposed to be.
yeah, so it gave him humanoid aspects as a deer, I guess. But I guess with research on various medicines, he was able to apply it to his fruit and cause some weird chemical reaction that does the various forms. But I guess essentially he just has human intelligence and also a human capacity for everything else. And all this other shit is just some random shit. But then it's like, I don't know.
Ah man, it is
I mean,
actually looking pretty bad for the Straw Hats, bro. I ain't gonna lie to.
nah, man,
You
they're
got
fine.
100 Navy ships headed towards them. Kazaru and Saturn, Seraphim, Blackbeard. Like, oh my god.
They're they're fine, bro. They're
I
fine.
don't know if they find it's looking dim.
They're fine. That law
It,
thing had to probably been something that was that had to been something that not happening after the Garp thing. The Garp thing has to be after the law thing because continuity wise, that would be interesting. Because then that would assume that Garp at some point left or lost after getting what he wanted. And yeah, I don't think I see Garp losing right now to Blackbeard. And, oh,
yeah,
GG.
honestly, yeah. I keep thinking about Kuzan, man. I really just feel like his flashback moment kind of almost seemed like when Zoru, Sanji, and Ace had their like they're like or like other characters look back on how they got
Defining
recruited.
moment.
And it's like I feel like he got his new brand of justice. Like it's not like he's aligned with Sword or like the government. Like there's just something that he's pursuing specifically. Like when he told Smoker he's still him, I don't think he meant I'm still a Marine. I think he just meant like he's still himself, but he's changed. Like he's no longer like them.
Honestly, he's been so shrouded in mystery for the longest time that I'm curious to see what they reveal about him. Because Oda's so flip floppy, especially with this sword thing coming out, that now it's just too up to it's just too wide open. And now I gotta wait and see how he does like how he does it. Because man, sword just kind of opens up the alleyway for a lot of niggas to just not be bad guys or like responsible Marines. They could just be a part of sword. I mean, clearly we see all the niggas now, but like I think they have even a lot of little niggas in Sword, or possibly a lot of niggas in Sword. So that could just we'll see. We'll see how they expand upon this with this new information they've placed upon us. Oda's doing good things right now. But this is the same man who kept us in Wano for like 2 years. So fuck that nigga. Man.
Actually, I think maybe Kuzan actually Wait, no, wait. So yeah, wait. So if Kuzan is there, that means the person that's heading the Egghead is Katarina Devon.
Trying to think. Can't put a face with the name.
Katarina Devon. That's Blackbeard's right hand. That person that was in that back.
Oh, the
This
big,
person.
yeah. What's their face? Yeah, I mean, I guess they do have to flesh out a bunch of them.
She gonna fuck them niggas up.
I mean, I don't know. Jesus Burgess did get squashed by Saba real quick. He got kind of slapped around,
Okay,
but I mean,
that's
he didn't have a fruit.
Burgess. That's
Bro,
Burgess.
Burgess is one of the big niggas.
He is now. Yeah, he's definitely. I don't think Sabo could do that to Burgess now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know how good Sabo's probably gotten at this point. I don't know.
Now it's really, yeah, it's so, I don't know.
They might be equal at this point, but I don't know.
I would think it's probably something along the lines of equal.
Because at that time, yeah, Burgess didn't have a fruit, right?
I don't think so. But his hockey was still just his thing. At this point, honestly, fruit is just the augmentation. Hockey is really the, well, it depends on the fruit. Most fruits is just the augmentation.
I think his hockey's gotten better at this point too.
Who, Burgess? Maybe.
Yeah, I think Burgess is overall just actually a fucking threat at this point. Better more than when he was back at the Coliseum.
I could see, because they've always just been kind of threats in a way, so I could see him really not changing anything with them, just because we haven't really seen much of.
But Devon is crazy. She got like a mystical zone type double fruit. She like transform into a nine-tailed fox, and she can transform in a clone of people, and yeah, she's pretty. I don't know. She's pretty nuts.
We'll see how it might be more of a deceptive kind of thing going on as opposed to an actual full-blown fight. Well, until like maybe the end or so, but it might just be a bunch of art of deception kind of shit. Because I could see that being a whole, oh my god, who's the imposter? Like, they kind of already did this in Alabasta if they redo that, so that'd be interesting. And I hope they don't do the whole, let's paint X's on our arms again thing.
Yeah, here's the words that man marked by the flames was really important. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because then he was like, I do, nigga, not you.
And we know it can't be Luffy based on this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, because he got his scars a while ago.
You only got that scar recently, and I think Kuzan.
But he did get his more recently than Luffy, like way more recently.
Wait, so didn't the Kuzan fight happen
way after?
Kind of like a little bit, wasn't it? Like around that time?
I think it was time skip. I think it happened in the time skip.
So it's like. If that's recent, I would think Luffy's also recent too in that capacity.
Maybe so.
I don't think
because he hasn't clarified a time though. Too, the only thing is he's like the rumor is that the man. So that's the interesting part, because that he would say that because it's like that he say you only got those recently, because then it's like, okay, what's the time frame on how old this person is, how they've been having the Poneglyph. But yeah, I don't know. We didn't get enough context in that. I noticed that when he did that, and I was wondering, I was like, okay, but how old is this nigga? Who could it be at that point? And Luffy does have some crazy Poneglyphs, but yeah, it can't be talking about Luffy in a rumor.
Yeah, I don't think he this conversation kind of gives me that they can't be talking about Luffy.
Because they would be referred to as just Straw Hat Luffy.
Like, yeah, y'all know who he is, yeah.
But I don't know. Because this was an interesting because it could have been Kuzan, barring all, this guy just spilling the beans that it's not him, I guess. But I don't know who it could be at that point. Yeah, it's always up to speculation now until we get the answers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I gotta say. We did our hour. Yeah, it's like I had a lot to say about One Piece and a little bit about Juju, but we're still like, it seemed like everything is pretty like transitional. Like the recent chapters recently, that's why we didn't like kind of recap like before because it's been a little. I wouldn't say it's like a lot of mid. It just hasn't been anything that's like sparked in my brain. Like, let me talk about it. Except for One Piece. Like, I mean, honestly, I'm cool with just like coming on and just chatting about One Piece for like 50 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. Because yeah, One Piece is really all the conversational like energy right now. Until
Oh
maybe
yeah,
we find something mutual to just read on, so we can have something to just talk about it as we're reading through. But
yeah. One Piece
I
does
don't
have
know.
all the back energy
I'm
going on.
thinking about maybe trying to read JoJo, but I don't know.
I mean, bro. But JoJo's is coming out like once every month or so. So,
Well, yeah, just kind of catch up and give my thoughts, like just first reader's perspective. But
bro, that'd
we'll
be
see.
cool. Every episode or some shit. If you finish a JoJo or whatever episode you finish of JoJo's, yeah, just talk about the part.
Just talk about JoJo.
That whole part. Phantom Blood. Bro,
But
JoJo's wicked.
yeah, that's
I,
about it, man. We'll probably have more to talk about next week. We'll see. If
yeah.
not, we'll just let it pile up, and then we'll come back when. Because I did say every Saturday, but honestly, since it's kind of just drying up, I guess whenever we just compile a bunch of shit to talk about, and I got a bunch of like thoughts and stuff I want to talk about, I'll just do an episode too. Because I don't want to just have to rack my brain every week because it's not that much there. So
Hmm. Hey,
I'll
yeah,
see you guys
that's
around.
it. Next stream. Bye bye.
See you.